I'll go first, I guess. All right. So I am Dart. Dart is a Grung rogue, and I was a former slave trader, which was lovely. I used to trade. Well, I used to sell goblins and tieflings to the highest bidder, and to noble families. Basically, I got out of the slave trade because I realized there was more money to be made doing other things as well as slaving. So I dabbled in a little bit of thievery, some assassination, espionage, and stuff. But I'm not unwilling to sell more people into slavery, for example. So yeah, that is Dart the Grum Rogue.
What do you look like?
I am 2.5 feet tall. I am orange, and in Grung society there are these things called caste systems. So an orange Grung is a pretty high-ranking one. I would be considered like an elite warrior or like a leader of a tribe in a way. I carry a crossbow and I carry a rapier. So, oh, and I smoke cigars as well. So I'm a tiny smoking frog.
Classic.
Yeah.
Who would like to go next?
That's
Rexus
fair.
Iron Mane.
Rexus Iron Mane. I am barbarian. Rexus himself has hailed from the Iron Mane pride, and since he was a cub, he wanted to venture forth from the glorious lands of Oreskos. He had to take it upon himself to find some adventure and join a mercenary group called the Iron Fang at an adolescent. He made a name for himself and was granted the rank of sergeant after later finding out that there were some certain nefarious individuals that have made it hard for him to live among the society. He wanted to test his new company and form Stormclaws. More of an opportunity to climb the ranks.
Close, but you were close.
Yep. And more an opportunity to climb the ranks and better adventure.
Well, the good news about climbing the ranks is you are in the elite of the Stormcrows, seeing as your mercenary band consists of a total of 6 people.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Your as his intention as a whole is to expand the Stormcrows, because you know that the best way to make money is have other people do the dirty work for you. However, you are not in that position quite yet. So there's definitely room to grow the Stormcrows. But as it is just the 6 of you. You have, as a group, decided that there's not going to be a designated leader. You are going to just kind of be a council of 6 that will kind of make the decisions, decide what jobs you take, and various political stuff like that.
There's money in fighting, I'm good.
There is going to be a lot of that. Nikki.
Okay, so my name is Fury. I am a Triton bard. I have spent my life going from town to town to town playing my music. And one day I was caught in a altercation, which is why my face looks like a zombie, Tristan.
Your face looks like a zombie.
That or you're just ugly.
Oh.
Once I came in that altercation, I found that I actually liked fighting. It kind of got me off my rocker, got me a little turned on.
Okay.
So I wanted to find.
I'm kidding.
So I wanted to find a group of people that I wanted to get involved in and make some money and all that stuff while still playing my lute.
Perfect. And your background, you were a sailor in the past?
Marine.
Perfect. So you have some connections with different shipwrights and that. That will always be helpful. That's very much welcome in a mercenary band. Just
Nice.
like having previous connections and just experience in a mercenary band is helpful. Yes. The Iron Fangs. A little bit of a defunct group. They've been pushed out by the new big group, the Black Gloves of Anubis. Alright, so we can go to Amanda or Ryan.
I play Flick, the Kobold Rogue. She came into town actually meant to be a slave, but she escaped because she's a slippery little weasel. She spent most of her years on the run on the road, just in the back alleys doing what she needed to do. She kind of got picked up by accident because someone saw her stealing shit, and thought she could be of a utility to a mercenary group. So she's not really a mercenary, she's just more like a tool for them.
Hired help.
Yes.
The hired help.
Amanda, can you roll me a d20?
On the thingy, or can I just roll a dice?
You could just roll a die. With a roll like a 3, when you got brought into Metclive, which is the city you are in, you were bought by one Wax the Weasel, who
Wax
is
that-
a highly successful goblin slaver. And be it from just your skills or even just your ability to slip away, Wax saw you as more valuable than just as like a house slave or that, and he released you, but with kind of caveat of you owing him. He hasn't claimed this favor you owe him yet. However, that is something that he has over you. Is there anything else for your character? Or?
That was all I got.
Okay,
That's fine. That's
perfect.
that's legit.
Ryan or Cassie, it is up to you. Ryan, it's up to you.
Why is it up to me?
You didn't play the nose game. Obviously, you didn't see that.
Oh, I missed it. Damn it. I am Rafe Ryzen, Ravenite Dragonborn. I am under a Gold Dragon heritage, and I wear red and purple arcane armor. I was a bounty hunter who took lots of tracking and espionage missions of all kinds, going from tracking people to tracking objects of any kind. I have an interest in joining the Izet League with my artificer inventions, but I had a mystical hammer and chisel that helped me with that, and it's been stolen from me, and I don't know where it's gone. Beyond that, I'm mostly... I stopped taking tracking missions, mostly because it was leading me to some shady places and shady people that I didn't want to deal with anymore. And then I ended up here.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Well,
Okay. So, I'm a wizard named Fenny. I was an apprentice when my teacher was killed. I made it my mission to get revenge by tracking them down and murdering them. That's why I have such a good tracking skill, is because I devoted all of my learning into that for now. And that's how you guys found me, was because you heard of my tracking ability.
have you been successful in finding the killer of your master yet?
I will reveal that when I feel like it's necessary.
Oh,
Okay.
secret.
A tracker is always good to have in the party, especially someone that can do so magically.
Oh, I also have a familiar that is a crow.
Right, you do.
A
His
caw.
name is Gus Gus.
Of liking to dabble in gambling here and there. You are actually the one who has secured your lodging for your band in the King and the Sword Tavern. The owner, Varg, owes you a fair amount of money, and instead of paying you, he has offered you semi-permanent lodging in his tavern. And because he owes you, he allows you to keep your or it's a raven, but it's your crow, in the tavern with you. There should be a token that is beside you that I hope you can control. I hope I did it properly.
Yeah, I can.
Perfect. Being, well, the Storm Crows, you've recently completed a bounty contract, which has filled your pockets. Oh, Nikki, one thing about your character, because you did miss session 0, I am doing slightly different rules for gold in this, so you will not start with any gold. However, you are going to start with 76 silver pieces. We are going to use a rule called the Silver Standard. It basically means that 99% of things are bought with silver. It just seems more realistic. It makes things easy to manage. And I have the shit to convert everything on my end, so You awaken after a successful bounty hunt in the King of the Sword Tavern. What would you guys like to do? So upon emerging out of your rooms, you are greeted by the familiar sight of the second floor of the King of the Sword Tavern. One thing that is kind of stands out is you see in the one corner there are a couple of quite large men that, or not, well, yeah, men. They are kind of blocking off that one area. You see a goblin standing over there, and some of you recognize him as Wax the Weasel.
Someone specifically in this party recognizes him very quickly.
Yes. Dart would also recognize him from doing business with him in the past. And upon seeing Flick and Dart, you see Wax kind of wave his hands, and the two bodyguards kind of step aside and allow you guys to approach him if you wish.
Like right off the bat, to be honest. They're like, woo, I gotta punch someone already.
Start throwing hands.
Everyone.
Yeah, I'll approach Wax and just kind of give him a salute. I'm not gonna really say anything to him, but
I'll hesitantly head over, kind of dragging my feet a little bit awkwardly.
Just rushing the.
You see this goblin just like absolutely lounging out on this chair. The clothes he's wearing just do not seem to fit on a goblin. They are very extravagant, very clean, very embellished, very fancy. He's wearing various rings. One of them you see is way too big for his small goblin fingers, but he's wearing it anyway. And on it has a symbol of a sun with, it looks like kind of blood dropping off of it. And can everyone give me a insight check? Everyone, with the exception of Fenny, recognize this as a symbol of a pretty big bandit gang called the Bleeding Suns.
Oh,
This is more or less a symbol that's just saying he is a member of it.
interesting.
Upon approaching, Wax kind of grabs the mug of ale he has that is comically large. He has to hold it with both of his hands. He takes a big gulp of it before like speaking. Just, what do you guys want?
I'll ask him how's business lately. Because him and I know each other reasonably, right?
Yeah. From your past, you have done business with him, either buying from him or selling to him.
Okay.
He does like a. He doesn't discriminate in the slaves he takes. He sells goblins. He sells humans. He sells pretty much anything you can think of. If it's worth money, he's sold it.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Oh, business is booming. There's always some poor schmuck who sells them their own self into slavery, thinking it'll get them out of this wretched city.
Any interesting prospects come around lately?
You see Flick kind
Good
of
joke.
He pauses for a second. He like leans forward and kind of peers around the corners to see if anyone's like nearby. He's like, well, I have this job lined up, but my boys are all too busy to actually do it. I need.
And there we go. Lovely. All right.
I need someone to deliver a couple of barrels to a new associate of mine.
Hell, point us in the right direction and we can get it done for you.
Barrels are.
No. I don't care.
Don't ask, don't tell.
I was gonna say, I see your don't ask, don't tell kind of.
Harm to me if something happens to them.
What, sorry?
Are the barrels of harm to me if something were to happen to them? In other words, will they explode?
Well, if you lose them, there'll be a lot of harm that comes to you.
Oh,
Fair enough.
And that right there is they know. Kidding. Of course I'm kidding.
How much do we get for doing this job for you?
I'm thinking 20 silver a barrel that gets delivered, and I need 10 of them delivered.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Okay.
So just as because we are using a different ruling for like what money is worth in this, so 20 silver is a pretty sizable amount. So
How much copper and a silver?
100.
Ooh.
I'll ask Wax another question.
Yeah.
So Wax, do you have any transportation lined up or anything like that? Cart, horse, wagon?
I haven't had time to arrange a wagon on that, but I could for this this job.
Put it on Ryan's wagon. I bet he's got a fat one.
Always dragging it. What can I say?
A wagon would be helpful and ensure that we get those barrels there a lot safer and a lot quicker.
Well, it's like if I were to arrange the wagon, I could only give you 15 gold or 15 silver a barrel, because that's
Oh.
more work on me.
Okay, so he wants us to find our own. Him do it.
How heavy will these barrels be?
Way too much for me to carry. I think they're like 400 pounds.
Yeah, I'm not carrying that. The barrel's probably taller than I am.
Yes, absolutely.
I want to get the job done first and foremost, so I feel like a wagon would be our best choice. And 15 is still a pretty hefty amount.
Oh, so you're wanting him? You're saying you want him to supply it?
I think so. I think it's our best bet.
You know that being in Metclive, which is a massive city, it's not impossible to go and acquire a wagon. Even just to rent one, or buy one for future endeavors.
Wouldn't need a horse because I'm a lion.
Theft one.
You'd probably want a horse.
Pack mule. Pack mule.
Probably
what was
want
the
a
price,
horse.
though?
Bills are much cheaper.
Mules are a lot cheaper.
All right, go for a mule then. It's a
A
good idea.
mule.
You'd probably need 2 mules if they were carrying that amount of weight.
Mhm.
A dumper.
Definitely reasonable. You would probably be able to. You know that with the way that it's affordable.
Just put it at that. It's affordable.
You're not gonna know the exact price just from sitting at a tavern. You know it's affordable.
Okay, that's fair. When can we arrange to pick up those barrels, Wax? We'll arrange a transport for you.
Oh, come talk to me again when you got your wagon.
Oh,
Okay, sweet. Might as well walk away at that point.
Let's go find a wagon.
find that wagon, ladies and gentlemen. That swimming pool.
So descending the stairs onto the ground floor of the King of the Sword Tavern. I mean, there's one pretty striking feature here. That is the massive, just cavernous hole in the middle of the tavern.
It's not a swimming pool.
No. Looking down into it, even those of you with dark vision, you cannot see the bottom.
Oh,
It goes quite a ways down, and no one really knows exactly what's at the bottom. There's a lot of rumors going around of what could be down there.
Hmm.
However, Varg, the owner of the tavern, seems to use that almost as a garbage disposal. The owner of the tavern, Varg, who Fenny is acquainted with, he uses it to dispose of garbage.
Nice.
Sometimes that garbage is the riffraff of the tavern that don't follow what he asks.
don't follow his rules.
Cass
He
knows
is-
exactly what I was about to say.
He is a pretty level-headed guy. However, being a half-orc, he does have a bit of a temper, and when that temper goes up, a lot of the time someone ends up in the pit. With it being earlier in the day, there's not a whole lot of patrons in the inn. You see a couple of rougher looking guy sitting in the corner just chatting away. One
Now,
learning
the next
experience,
scene.
Yeah, you notice it looks like a bunch of the members of the guard, as well as a man in full steel plate armor, kind of standing off to the side there.
Okay, I'm gonna just walk up to the bartender here.
Varg?
Bard,
Bartender.
correct. And I'm just gonna introduce myself. So hi, my name is Fury, and I'm gonna ask him for a beer, an ale, and say, I'm just wondering if you have any information on where I can find someone to rent me a wagon. Horse and wagon. The mule. Mule or horse/wagon.
Time to hear Roman's orc voice.
My orc voice isn't that exciting. It's pretty generic.
As close to the mic as you can and just says deep.
Yeah, pretty much.
I am Varg, ruler of the planet Omicron Persei 8.
I just came back from grabbing food. Is this person somebody I can buy a horse from?
Yes, the bartender is a person you can buy a horse from.
He could be. I mean, you never know.
He could be a jack of all trades. Who the fuck knows?
So, about that wagon.
This is me testing something because this is something new for me in this program. If you go over to the right side of the screen, there's going to be that little book. It should be journal entries. If you click on that, is there one that says the King and the Sword menu?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to order a
That's
beer.
so cool. I love it. It's so cool.
There is
Interesting.
no...
Hey, frogs on skewers. Excuse me.
I don't see any ale/beer/
Oh, ale / beer isn't on there. That's my bad.
The
Stupid.
The tavern with no alcohol.
Is this a dry city? What the fuck?
You're thirsty? That sucks. Have a frog leg.
Sucks to be you.
No, it's
Al.
not frog legs. It's the whole frog.
Oh yeah, it's
okay.
the whole frog.
Sit there and
As long as
just
it's not grung on skewer, I'm happy.
he'll sit there and just do the finger guns to you. Hey, out of luck. No booze for you.
Barbecued gopher legs.
Varg, currently today, the daily special that he has, it's called Yam's Choice. It's a delightful mead of high class. Has a fair chance of being extremely addictive.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
that wasn't quite the one I thought it was.
Oh my
Wait a minute, that's not what he
god.
has.
Holy shit.
Are you just trying to sell me like the heroin of beer?
Apparently. Hey, take it. You'll be hooked on it for life.
I did not mean to just try to sell you heroin.
Crack. Give me the crack.
Okay.
That's how you get your patrons to keep coming back.
Yeah, but
First one's free.
slowly. First one's free, second one charges you.
Right now, the beer he has on special is called the Hammer Beer. Var kind of smiles. He's like, one glass will make you feel like you hit yourself with a hammer.
Classic. Classic hammer.
Let's
5
do it.
copper.
Let's do it.
I
Okay.
don't have any money.
You have 76
Oh,
silver.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I need to
So-
do
not have that in my.
that. So, I'm gonna write that down. What's the conversion?
100 copper to a silver, 100 silver to a... what's it called? Gold.
Gold?
Yep.
Okay. So there's 76 silver. And you said that it was how many copper?
5.
5? Okay, so I'm gonna take that and make that 95. That.
Grab another beer.
Okay.
Be right back.
Yeah, okay, so I just bought the beer. And I drank it and I feel like shit.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw. It absolutely burns your throat as it goes down, but you handle it pretty well.
Okay.
You definitely make a face as you drink it, but
Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to be like, okay, Thanks for the beer, man. Do you know where I can? Do you know anybody that I can talk to about getting a wagon and a mule?
We're not going anywhere yet.
I just drank a beer.
During
Good
this endeavor,
proud of you.
I'm through this menu, and I'm feeling a little bit peckish myself. And what really caught my eye was the lizard gruel. That just sounds so appetizing. I really like some of that.
Lizard gruel.
With nut bread.
Ryan likes the nut bread.
As Bard prepares your meal, he lowers the slice of bread below the counter for you.
Take it down there. That's right, you filthy bitch. Take it down there.
Well, you order this food from Varg, or one of the tavern wenches, which I don't have out because that's a lot of tokens to deal with. And she disappears in the back for a little bit, and comes back with it. Almost looks like a porridge.
Ooh.
There are bits of very, very stringy meat in it.
Stringier the better.
It's almost like oatmeal with chunks of meat in it. However,
Is it
Oh,
weird
more like a stew.
yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of good.
Yeah, it actually doesn't sound half bad. It's weirdly.
And
I put some
there is
string
also
in
a
there.
pretty small loaf of bread. It's kind of like the bread you'd get at, like Tim Hortons.
Freshly dunked on the
And,
nuts.
However, it has a lot of
Almonds.
no, not almonds, cashews.
I have cashews upstairs. I'll be right back.
Hey, the fat kiddo.
And as unappetizing as it looks and sounds, it is actually quite delicious.
Ooh.
Do they serve it to me with a spoon?
Yeah, they're not animals here.
I just need to know. So
What does that mean,
I take the
Roman?
spoon because it doesn't really fit my overly large dragonborn mouth, and I just kind of start drinking from it like a dog with a really long tongue. When I'm done the bowl, I just throw the whole piece of bread in my mouth and just
Good man.
go from there.
To answer your question about a place that you could acquire a horse, Varg tells you that the shop, the Reliable Mistress,
The reliable mistress.
the Reliable Mistress,
Interesting.
will allow you to either purchase a wagon or rent one if you wish, as well as the horse and equipment you need for that.
Is it like a general store?
It is quite a wide range of.
Oh, goods.
Yeah.
Is there a
And
specific
services.
specific store?
Yeah, it's called the Reliable Mistress.
No, that's the general store. Specific.
My family ate them all.
I got two people that hate me. Yay!
Point me in the direction and let's get rolling.
Varg's pretty easily able to kind of just point. Like, you guys have. Or he's able to give you directions. It's not really like a specific map you guys have. You guys are familiar enough with the city, at least the area you are in.
You guys want to talk to anybody else?
Is there anyone else we can really talk to?
There is a board that you guys use to get most of your jobs. It's like a generic kind of bounty board that anyone can put notices up for different jobs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where's that one? Sorry.
It's just at the end of the bar, so pretty much where you're standing. Yep.
Oh shit. Okay. And what about the group of looking thugs over here? With the one that looks like a little goblin. What's their business?
Normally, I would say, why don't you go ask them and find out? but
I could.
We could watch Varg throw somebody down the hole, whether it be you or them.
Like Roman's face is
I don't
just
want
a
to get
smile.
into that now. I'm trying not to do anything stupid this round, guys.
All right, what's on the board? Let's check the board.
So, looking at the board, you see 3 different notices.
Oh boy.
Okay, what's the first one?
It is
Good
in the
question.
chat.
In need of durable
Oh.
idiot. That sounds like me. Snacks provided. Count me in.
The Imperial Army one is At the
Uh,
bottom of it, there is a stamp of, it looks like a fist, but it just has like a kind of, it's all black and just kind of like a circle around it. You know that is the symbol of the Black Gloves of Anubis.
Oh, so they're
Seems
just
like a generic flyer that they are posting.
recruitment flyer?
Yep.
Okay. I think we should go for the snacks one.
I kind of want to go for
Oh,
the
I thought that we
snacks
should
one.
go for the Lost Mail.
That's the City Hall one.
Yeah.
It just takes a little bit of time to read, Nikki.
Why not both? We can always take both and do them one at a time.
Yeah. Sorry, Spencer. I wanted to do the City Hall one.
I want snacks. Snacks. Snacks
You're at
provided.
a tavern. Order food.
Yeah, but if snacks are provided, I don't have to pay money. Tell me I'm wrong.
So we know about this. So do we know about this reliable mistress?
Yep, you guys know where it is.
Well, we might as well head there first, since we kind of did take that job for Wax first.
Well, he didn't
I
really
mean,
say
if-
it. He
if
didn't
we
really
tear-
say a time frame. He just said they
Yes,
need to
but
be
if we
delivered.
tear these flyers off the board, nobody else is going to take them.
True.
So we get free access to those jobs.
That's fair.
So let's go to the reliable mistress first. Get the cart. And if by any, and then we can, well, we might as well try to see where the reliable mistress is in
relation to
conjunction
the
to the to City Hall. We can learn about that and then go on our way.
Where did that go? Why did you not stay to the top?
So it does say City Hall. The City Hall it is referring to is not kind of the actual City Hall of this place. It is the City Hall in the mid-quarter. Just because none of you are allowed access into the upper quarter.
Oh,
But you said it's in the mid quarter though.
Yep.
So we do have access to that.
Yes. So there's kind of like a kind of mini governments that are run in each of the districts,
interesting.
all kind of under the same ruler, but
Okay, sounds good.
It was like under one solitary, like let's say like a king, but each area is sanctioned
Yeah.
into like what would be like an
like
alderman
they're
or like
barons, kind of, yeah.
or jarls or something like that.
Yep.
Okay.
So are we all finished eating and drinking? Has Ryan had his nut bread and lizard drool?
He gobbled it down like an
I
animal,
was finished that before they finished drinking their beer.
Ah, lovely. You just
Oh, yeah.
gobbled down.
like an animal that he is.
All right, onwards to reliable mistress, I suppose then.
Skill
Now
learning
the next
experience.
scene.
So you guys are coming out of here. Is
Yeah.
the King of the Sword. And you know that the reliable mistress is actually just down the road.
Zach.
About 40 feet.
About 40 feet. Yep.
Well, 40 feet down the road.
All right, we enter.
Well, now he has to bring up another map.
No.
No.
Entering into the reliable mistress.
Oh, the reliable mistress is the name of the store, not of a person.
Yes.
Yeah, you fucking animal.
That makes a lot more sense.
The reliable mistress sells horses. Well,
Hey, my Grung's intelligence is low, therefore so is mine.
that's fair.
As you guys enter it's a pretty shabby shop. There's nothing really too exciting about it. You enter inside. It's reasonably tidy inside. One thing that kind of stands out is you see a series of small cages kind of set up behind the counter that have albino rats in them. The shopkeeper, Elizabeth Bundy. You guys all would know her from previous time shopping here. It's kind of your average general store. It's where you go to get anything you really are
From
looking
Ted
for.
Bundy?
She is currently
You beat me
wrapping
to it by
some
1
fabric.
second. Okay.
She is currently wrapping some fabric around some swords.
Rapping.
I was going to make that joke, but then I held off from it. You know why? Because it fell flat.
Yes, it does.
Like my chest.
Self roast, but okay.
Boom, self roast. Self 5.
So, Miss Bundy, it's we come here today because it looks like we're in need of a mule and a cart. What do you have available for us?
No, are you looking to buy or rent?
Buy, don't rent it because the chances of us destroying it is going to be high.
So not renting, that's for sure.
That's
Yeah,
why I
no,
said
this-
buy, not rent.
Knowing this for sure. It's a
You
good
want
it's
more-
a good investment. We might as well be buying.
She's like, oh well, what are you looking to transport?
We've got some heavier cargo, a couple heavy barrels. Be a lot easier than lugging them on our backs. And I'll kind of gesture to how tall I am.
She has eyes, I'm assuming, so she can see.
She doesn't know how. Maybe I'm a strength-based grung. I don't
She
know.
kind of chuckles.
You barely
See
reach
him
the
from a-
counter. She can't even see you. She doesn't even know who's talking to her right
I know
now.
she's pretty much like leaning over the counter.
I was gonna say, so she's like doing this.
You kind of remind me of what Mike Wazowski.
How many barrels?
10.
Jesus, don't shout at me. I'm just a boy.
10, damn it!
She's like, well, a cart's not going to be enough to carry that many barrels, especially if they're big. She's like, you're going to need a wagon.
Oh, shoot, I said cart. My bad. I meant a wagon.
She was able to figure that out. So,
I was thinking of like cart before the horse for some reason. Yeah, wagon.
so wagon, the wagon will cost you 53 silver.
Ryan, you're an expensive whore, I see.
Nothing good is cheap.
Words to live by.
And how much for 2 meals?
2 mules would be 22 silver, but if you're buying it all at once, I'll sell the mules to you for 10 apiece with 20. And then you'll need the bridle for it.
Oh my
That'll
god.
be 4 silver for both of them.
So a flat 100, everyone get 15.
So 81 silver total?
Damn it.
How much was just the wagon, sorry?
I don't fucking know.
20.
53.
75 for the lot.
And Amanda is haggling.
I just did the math.
Oh, never mind. I heard 81, and then Amanda's at 75, and I was like, oh, she's going down.
Oh, shit.
I'm haggling a little bit. But the
Haggling
math
a
was
little
big.
bit.
Let me see if I did my math wrong. There's a good chance I
Yeah.
did.
I'm guessing Amanda just told you it was 75, and
Well, it's 77 for my math, but I'm
Oh.
haggling a little.
gotta get that haggle.
75 for the lot.
60 for everything, take it or leave it.
She looks down at like the parchment that she's been like scribbling her stuff on. She's like, that's not what I got here when I added all this up. I got 81.
Alright, Tristan, time to put on.
Tristan's trying to do that.
Alright, Tristan, put
Oh.
on your 2.5 foot charm. Come on. Get in there.
I'll try to persuade her. I'll try for 75 if that's cool with you.
What are you gonna say?
Compliment her looks.
So
Do
when
it.
it comes to persuasion, deception, all that, you guys can absolutely roll for it. But
But you have to
depending
give us-
on depending on what you say is gonna determine what the DC of it is gonna be.
We've been to the store a couple times, right?
Yeah.
So, Miss Bundy, if you give it to us for let's say 75 silver, it's definitely an investment for our crew, and I'm sure we can run errands, deeds, whatever you need to help pay back that little bit of extra. If you take it for 75 this time,
Roll me persuasion.
that'll be a 23 altogether.
23 altogether. You know, you've come here enough, and if you're willing to, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. 75. Deal.
Works for us. So it'll be 12, yeah, and then we just kind of split into the 50 copper that we'll end up with. Correct, Roman?
Okay, no, you guys figure it out.
What? We all pay 12 silver and 50 copper. That would settle everything.
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
This is why Silver Standard works.
Does she have any other forms of horses? You know, war horses, race horses, or just draft horses?
I don't think
How
that
much for?
A riding horse?
Does she have both or just a riding horse?
If you're looking, yeah, she has draft horses as well. Just for
Just a draft
a
horse?
draft horse is going to run you 65 silver.
Jeez. Mm.
So the two mules we're definitely getting more of a deal on, if that's what Ryan's kind of implying. Unless he just wants a riding horse, in which case it's a little different.
I want my own horse. Just riding in a wagon with you fucks? Fuck no. Get my own place.
Oh, there's barely going to be enough room for a way or you guys to fit in that wagon with 10 huge barrels.
Well, I'm good, thanks. I would like to purchase a draft horse.
You're 65 silver.
I do.
You spend all your money in one place.
I do have that extra bit of gold that you gave me, Roman, from having.
Right, being a mercenary.
Yes.
Or your bounty hunter. A saddle.
And how much is that?
10 silver.